Good. Got it. And then we're gonna see again, that's a little bit low on the face, but it's pretty middle. Okay, so this is what actually causes the slice back to like a very club path and club face level, right? So when we have the club moving from out to in, but the club face is pointing right, that's a pull slice. When the path is a little closer to neutral, but the club face is still open, that's gonna be a straight slice. And then when the path is neutral or even a little bit from in to out, but the club face is pointing to the right, that's gonna be a big old push slice. Always remember, from club path to club face is always more important. You can have a club path that's 10 degrees from out to in, but that if that club face is somewhere close to the club path, you can hit a straight shot. It's gonna be left, but you can hit a straight shot. And if you have, let's say, a club path that's 10 degrees out to in, but a club face that's 5 degrees to the left, so that's half of the club path, you can have a functional shot that's gonna very likely return to your target. But again, if we wanna fix our slice, the first thing that we have to address is where's that club face pointing at impact. Okay, so step number 2 is fixing the club path, right? So what creates a slice, the first ingredient is the open club face. Second big ingredient is when the club path is moving too much from out to in. We can also call it too much to the left. So what creates that is our body, especially our upper body, taking over. This is what's causing that over the top move, which then is going to create the club path that's moving more to the left. So instead of the upper body taking over, we need the lower body to take a little more over in the downswing. So we need that feeling of my upper body stays here and I have to push first with my lower body, which is then going to allow me to drop the club a lot more from the inside. We'll go into why that works on a different video, so that's a nice little teaser in there. But again, like always, we want to start without a ball. Just go here. You're gonna feel a bump with your hip, nothing with the chest, no opening, no rotation. So bump, and then you can swing. From this angle, we can see the same thing. So I'm bumping first, getting that lower body. It's also nice because it's gonna start the right kinematic sequence. That if you saw the other video, you know what I'm talking about. And again, it's gonna get the club more from the inside, which is the purpose for this video. So here, no rotation, nothing out here. So one little bump and then swing. So I want you guys to do a couple of practice swings where you go, okay, here, then you can swing, and then you can start to translate that into a little more fluid motion. Really exaggerate that lower body getting in front of the upper body as you start the downswing. Now, like I said before, when you're doing those practice swings, I don't want to see you guys swinging super on top of the mat, getting 2 feet off the air, because when we put a ball there, it's not going to translate very well. So always try to brush the mat or the grass, even if it's just a little bit, because that's where the ball would be, and that's what we need for good contact when we start doing it with an actual golf ball. So step number 3 to fix your slice is the face contact. With the driver, it's very important that we learn how to get that center contact because of something called gear effect. So gear effect, because the club head is hollow, we're gonna have more draw spin the more that we hit the ball on the toe, and then more slice spin the more that we hit the ball on the heel. Usually slicers are going to hit more on the heel, so that's going to exaggerate the spin to the right. So learning how to hit the middle or even slightly towards the toe, it's going to be also super helpful to minimize the slice. Now a second one, got my sunscreen here. We don't want our driver to get burnt, so for impact location, we're gonna squirt some in there. You can also use foot powder or even a dry erase marker. And this is just to help us see. Some drivers these days, you can't really see where you hit the ball, especially when it has a carbon face. Most people that swing over the top and have a slice, they're gonna hit more on the heel. You can see the more that the club crosses this orange stick, tends to be more on the heel, which is going to put that horrible slice spin due to a gear effect that we talked about earlier. Some people do get it more on the toe, but that's the exception. So you can get an alignment stick on the outside of the ball. I prefer to use a head cover because it has a little bit of height. Sometimes when you use the stick, you can just go on top of the stick and there'll be no feedback, right? So we want to place a head cover just on the outside of the golf ball there, just a little bit behind the golf ball as well. So then we have more space for the club to almost exit towards the right. Like always, I have to follow my own advice. We have to make some practice swings first, get a feeling very slowly of that club head moving inside of the head cover. You know, it's totally fine if you hit the head cover. That's why it's a soft thing. Don't put anything hard here that can hurt you or your club. I bet you haven't done this before, but you're gonna hit some 50% speed drivers. I like to do this little slow motion into impact before and stop right with the ball on the toe of the club. And then I'm gonna hit a nice smoothie. And we can see that was just in the middle. That was where I hit the first one.
Yeah.
That's where we wanna be. Check, that's where we don't wanna be. So same thing, we're gonna have the head cover there. We're gonna do some slow practice swings, getting into the toe of the club face. And then we're gonna see again, that's a little bit low on the face, but it's pretty middle. So those two drills are great to work on, you know, learning how to hit the ball more again on the toe. We want more toe if we're a slicer. We want less of this. This is bad if you're a slicer. The heel is no bueno. So those are two very good ways to work on that. If you like this video, YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more content like this.